I'm Shay, and welcome back to our practice. If you can see this outfit, you can probably tell that we are still working on backbends right now. I want to talk about, in this particular class, about Locust. And if you have taken class with me before, you know my undying love for Locust pose and how I started out hating it because honestly, it's not. It's not a very fun pose to do. It's a lot more about strength of the back body than it is about length of the front body. But when we realize that we need that stuff to be strong, and it's not usually very strong with the way that we live our lives as humans, then you'll start to love Locust pose too, and all of its wonderful variations. Today I'm just gonna visit three, okay? We're gonna visit three Locust variations, or I'm gonna say three. Don't hold me to that. I love Locust pose. So we're going to start all the way down on our bellies, okay? Three and however many more variations I can find from there. So, if you haven't watched Cobra and Cobra v Updog, hopefully I can remember to put that video somewhere up here. I would go and watch that one too, because that is a really nice way to understand that, like, Cobra's basically just Locust with leverage, right? Locust with leverage. So that's what makes Locust not so fun. And kind of why I love it so much is because there's no leverage. There's no leverage to help. You just gotta use the stuff that does the stuff. Thank you, Jason Crandall, for that idiom. So I'm gonna reach my arms back by my sides, and if I were you, I would also have my forehead on the floor, but because I've got this really nice, useful mic here, I'm not going to do that, okay? So just forehead on the floor, kind of making a little bit of a double chin. I want you to feel like the hips are being sealed down to the floor, almost like you're creating short core engagement on the front and long length on the back of your pelvis, okay? Now, inner thighs hug together, right? Make a little bit of that external rotation in those hips. And then with the legs together, start to lift, almost like you're doing like a little mermaid lift. Okay. Now, once you have all of that engagement, shoulder blades hug together, shoulder blades hug down, just like Cobra. And then we start to lift, but this time without the help of the arms, we're going to reach them up and back. All right, maintaining that double chin. See, not super exciting, not very rewarding, but in the long run, we know that this stuff needs to be really strong, okay? So I would stay here, just maintain this for a few breaths, nice and slowly, and then eventually lowering, resting your head on your hands, maybe taking a little windshield wiper of the legs. Okay, so that's just simple, basic Locust variation, okay? You can also come behind and release the hands, lift, okay? Bonus variation. But with the bonus variation, understand that you've got leverage, right? So make sure that that stuff is still working and engaged, okay? Second variation of Locust, arguably probably my favorite, okay? I'm gonna take my elbows out to the side with them bent like cactus or goalpost arms. And then same thing with the legs. Everything hugs together, either the inner thighs or the feet come together or both. And then hips sealed down, front body gets shorter, back body gets a little longer, same stuff. Shoulder blades hug together and down. Forearms try to lift higher than the torso, okay? And now as I do that, everything, the back, is lifting the front. Bonus variation, bending the knees, angry bow pose, right? You're not holding on, just the entire back body is engaged. Notice I'm still talking. I've got a slowed down breath, but as I hold this, definitely gets more difficult. All right, whew. Pause a little moment. Okay, third variation of Locust. Arguably the hardest variation of Locust because you've got the most, you've got more on both ends, okay? So with the arms reaching overhead this time. And I actually like to turn the palms to face each other like I'm holding a block. Bonus, actually hold a block, okay? So you have something to kind of squeeze into. Now, same thing, hips pressed down, back body is lifting the front body, and there's not any hot spots, right? You've got a really nice even engagement from top to bottom. And I'm not going to hold this very long because it's hard, but you'll stay here and breathe and then eventually release all the way down. Take a moment to enjoy your life. Whew. Cool. And that's Locust. My love letter to Locust continues. Try out those variations, see what works for you. If something doesn't, give me a comment, drop me a line, let me know. I just really believe in the power of these poses, especially this one, especially these backbends that don't just right away use leverage. So, hope that helps. Hope you feel good. Hopefully, you don't notice how winded I currently am. And I will see you guys again soon. Have a great day.